Hello, everybody. Jim Malone here, coming to you live on Dallas Trading Floor. Well, it is Tuesday. I hope everyone is having a good day today. I'm not actually having a really great day. I was short the market big time, and well, it snapped back on me with the CPI numbers looked good, and the market jumped up, and I had to close my positions really pronto. I closed them, did a little day trading, hopefully came back from that, but lost some money today, which it's never fun to do. But hey, you got to roll with the punches. That's the way to go. You got to roll with the punches. Here's the stocks that currently I only hold one stock long, and that's good old BP. Now sell. I did sell half of my position in BP. Did a little profit taking there. Um, and so I took profit, sold a half position. Still in BP, was up today, almost 2.6%. Crude oil was up as well today. So it does seem that maybe it's back to the future. Oil has been moving lower, and maybe with this news, it will head up. But we're still going to be finding out what's going to happen with the with the rate hike, and I suspect it'll be um, at least at least 0.5%, and it may go higher because the inflation is not abating. I mean, it's abating, but we'll see. I don't think it's it's abating all that much. Now, I did, and this is kind of counter to productive. I do think that we're going to see correction in the price of oil. So I did initiate a short on the VanEck Oil Services ETF. This is the symbol on it is OIH, and it was pretty. It was up today, but I did short it. I think that we will move lower, just based on kind of my prediction. That's why I've been taking profits on the oil stocks, the ones that I do have, and also short on the VanEck Oil Services. So we'll see how we'll see how that shapes up. But I did want to point this out to you. We do have the stock of the day today, and that is looking, fairly good. It's I'm sure you've heard of it. It's BTU. That's Peabody Coal Company, and it's come up kind of right up to the handle buy point on this one, with a cup and handle formation. And you might want to look at this one. I do think it's likely to go higher. It's up 18 cents today. Not a terrifically expensive stock, 28.01 a share on this one. But it meets 79% checklist. The only thing it's kind of lacking in is the EPS rating, but I think overall it looks pretty good. Here's let's see if we can get this is the chart for Peabody here. You can see it. Let's flip it over there. There we go. So this is the chart that we have for Peabody Coal here, and there we go. Okay, so basically this is the buy point right here on this consolidation stage one base. The buy point 33.29 on the weekly chart. Let's go over to the daily chart because it's going to give us a little bit different number based on that. So let's kind of analyze that a little bit here. Go over to the weekly number. Oh, did I get it? There we go. So go over to the daily chart. Oh, yeah, for some reason I'm hitting the wrong one there. Okay, there we go. So taking a look at the daily chart here, I'm going to kind of move it over for everybody looking on TikTok. This is BTU. It pulled down all the way to the 50-day line here, and it did make a bounce. It pulled back yesterday, and then it made a bounce today. This one probably is going to go higher. It's got a buy point again up here, 33.29. So it's pretty much the same. But I think it's going to making a bounce off the. It's always good to buy on these pullbacks. And right now, this is pulling back. It's 98 relative strength. So this is in the top 2% currently of the stocks in the market. It's amazing. When was the last time that you saw a coal stock was doing that? Just shows you how much destruction there's been in the tech sector, coming up here. But let's look at the fundamentals on Peabody, because I do think that, hey, there's a tremendous demand for coal right now in Europe. Of course, they're going to be freezing over there because of some political mistakes that were made. It's just one of those things. By the German government, they decided to shut down all their nuclear plants and gas plants, so they really don't have much in the way of way to heat their homes. They also are shutting their nuclear plants, so they're really in a bad way in Germany, and they're importing a lot of coal. They also have a lot of coal domestically in Germany, but it's caused the price of coal to go up to just some of the highest prices that it's been. If you look at Peabody, this is based in St. Louis, Missouri. Their sales were up almost 98% in the quarter. The profits, and that's the key here, 14.90. Isn't that amazing? I mean, basically, this went from something that nobody was interested in to something that is driving the economy. It's kind of an interesting thing. But 60% of the shares of Peabody are owned by funds. So a lot of funders support 370 funds that are in this right now, and this is in one of the best performing area. This has been a good performing area. It's come down a little bit, but this may be an opportunity here on Peabody Coal. So something that might be of interest for you on that. Let's go to let's see. One more. Oh, by the way, I wanted to show you this as well. Um, this is the this is the ready list. Hopefully, I can maybe move this over here just a tad. Having some issues regarding. Oh, maybe it's there. We go. So if you want to get the new ready list, these are the stocks that are coming out of bases and maybe worthwhile taking a look at. Go to sinfox.com/LP/ the number one JVRP6. So that's the ready list. Also, if you're interested, we have the heat map, the stock market heat map. I'm going to try to put that up here after taking a few questions, but that is also available, and I have the address up on the screen. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, you could after the show you can just roll it back and take a look at these addresses. But this will give you the stock market heat map. Great way to take a look at things. All right, Dan is asking. Thanks, Dan. Hey, how are you doing? Doing well. And let's see, what's the question? Oh, what about IAG? Let's go over here to IAG and see if we can analyze that a little bit. IAG. This is a gold company. Now, I have not been that active in the gold miners really since last summer. I was buying fr F in Franklin Nevada Gold, FNV. But since then, this has come above the 200-day line. The thing about this, though, it just, the gold has been very much disappointment. It has not produced the kind of numbers that we would like. This is a penny stock. It's a $2 stock. One of the stocks, if you're interested in the gold area and you're interested in the miners and possibly the junior miners, you might want to look at this one, FNV. And this is Franklin Nevada Corp. And basically, the reason I like this one so much, opposed to the other gold miners, is that this is just a royalty company. Basically, they have FNV basically owns working interests royalty interests in gold and silver mines all over the world. And so this one is positive in terms of it's money, 85% relative strength, so it's in the top 15% of the market. It's also trading critically above this 200-day moving average. Now, why is this 200-day moving average so important? Well, part of the reason is because If this 200-day line is pointed downward, that means that people are selling. And now, as you notice, F&V has gone sort of, it's kind of gone horizontal. That means that, selling is starting to taper off here. So you really don't want to buy anything if it's trading below that critical 200-day moving average. Let's take a look at some of the fundamentals on FMV. If you're interested in the gold stocks, I really recommend this one. Why? Because it is it's already profitable. Now, last quarter, the results were not nearly as good as we would have liked. Their sales were down 4% and their profits were down 5%. But we still have a tremendous number of funds in this one, 1378 funds in this one. And the PE ratio, it's not bad, 38. And we do have positive cash flow. So if you're interested in any of the gold miners, this is one you might want to put on your list. It's basically a royalty-focused company, and it's based in Toronto, but they have mines literally all over, all over the world. So, and they're not miners. They actually have a royalty position. So if anything is mined, then they will benefit, and you will benefit too if you own the stock. Hey Jim, thoughts on Tesla long term with everything happening in the company overall? Well, I like Tesla overall. I like Tesla long term. Now, I did short it this morning. I shorted it and then I covered my short. Let's take a look. Tesla, TSLA. I do think, though, it is still overvalued, even at its price. Remember, it is so much larger in terms of its valuation than any other automobile company. The only one that's close to it is Toyota in terms of its valuation. So, Tesla, I believe, is a little bit overvalued. Now, it did bounce a little bit today. Now, I just shorted it intraday. I didn't hold it overnight. But it's bounced a little bit up. I do think that we're going to see it move probably now between 160 and 150. I don't know if it'll get support at 150, but I do think long term it's a great stock. I just don't want to own it right now when it adjusts because remember, it moved up tremendously, and then now I mean a lot of people are going to have to sell it because they're going to have to either do loss harvesting, and a lot of the funds that were in it are going to have to sell it, even though they might want to hold on to it. They're going to have to sell down their positions because that's just the nature of the beast. The funds have to be invested, and if it's a declining stock, then they probably don't want to be in it. So that's kind of the deal. All right, BTU, Bubba Doc, stock of the day. You missed it on that today. That's my birthday. Absolutely. Well, Bobby Doc, I think BTU is a really good stock. I mean, looking at everything, I mean, it's right below that buy point. I think that you're set up well. I think you're really set up well with BTU. And they're just right now, even though this is probably the least exciting, one of the least exciting stocks out there. There's just an overall demand for electrical energy, and most of that electricity is generated by coal. I mean, there's only two forms of baseload power, that's nuclear and coal, and so coal is still extremely viable, even though it's essentially a 160-year-old industry. I mean, goes back to the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. But Peabody is one of the biggest players in the world, and there's going to be demand for coal. I mean, it's not much of a value add product, but a good product. But the pullback to that, to that support on the on the 50-day line, that's what you want to see. You want to see it, you want to see it pull back in a base formation, like it said, it's in a consolidation here from there to there. You want to see it pull back to a line of support, and that support line is the 50-day line. That's a perfect support line. It came right down to it, and then orderly started to move higher. So we don't know if it has reversed course. I'm going to draw the reversal line there. Let's set that alert on that line. But uh, that is, this line right here. Oops, let's see if we can get it. Setting the alert on the on this line now. Yeah, it's not for some reason. It's not alerting. But if it see it's in a downward trend now, it's going to move to an upward trend until it gets to the buy point 33.20. So good place to buy it, Bomb Doc. Absolutely good place to buy the stock. Here's the chart so that you can kind of see it in greater detail. I drew that little line, that little this little reversal line. So as it comes down, now it's hit that it's gotten support at the 50-day line and then bounced up, and then if it moves above that, it's probably going to move pretty much up to the resistance point. So I mean, there's a good 4 or 5% gain there that I think you can take advantage of. But it's a good stock. It's a good stock all the way around. All right, we definitely talked a little bit about Tesla, so I'm going to kind of table that for right now and take a question from TikTok. Let's see, do we have anything here? Okay, well, let's take a look at for Christine. Let's look at the spider, and of course, this is critical. This, we'd had the movement up today, so um, we're still in a confirmed uptrend. I mean, I wouldn't have thought it would be, but the reaction to the news was very positive. And as you can see, it came right up. I mean, it came right down to the 10-day line, boom, and then good news today, and it's up. Now the question is, it trading? Where is it trading near? Is it trading near the low or the high? Let's look. I'm going to look here at the 1-minute chart. All right, so it's trading right about 400. So 400 is, as Jesse Livermore said, those round numbers are important. So it does seem like there's some support there at 400. So very interesting. You know, support at 400. So very, very interesting there. All right. Question about Amazon. I was short 150 shares of Amazon this morning, and I had to cover because it just moved up really, really strongly. And I then day traded it to get back a little bit of the money, but I got whacked on Amazon this morning. I didn't think that it would have such a strong, you know, reaction, but with the CPI numbers coming in, but yeah, it gapped up today, and of course I was short. As you can see, that's where I was short, right there. So it gapped up and like that, and it moved above that 21-day line. I do think that we're going to see it trade below that 21-day line. Now, I did close my short pretty much immediately, and then I went back in the market and then reshorted it. And I got a little bit of it back, but as you can see, boy, it just let's go over here to the let's go to the 60, let's go to the 10-minute chart here, show you kind of what I'm talking about here. But yeah, I mean, look at that. It this was the gap up here, and of course I was short here. So you can see I was short there. So I covered immediately, and then I reshorted reshorted it as it came down. Now I didn't reshort it until this afternoon, until we got a red bar there. I didn't reshort it until there, and then I closed it. I didn't make a lot on it, but I made some of the money back. But so basically, this is an anomaly. If you just kind of take that out there, this was the reaction here, and it's just continuing on its upward trend. So I don't know. I'm really of two minds with Amazon. I think it's very, very weak. I think consumer spending is weak. I think the value is it's overvalued as a stock. Um, I definitely think that it is overvalued as a stock, and part of the reason I think it's overvalued is because we've just had these interest rates so low for so long. Now I do think we're going to get at least a half point. I think we may get 0.75. We'll see how I don't know. I think it's going to be 0.5 just because I don't think the Fed is going to move hard against the market. I don't think they will. Just my take on it. All right. What charting software do you use? Well, I use the charting software that I use is is called MarketSmith, and it's made by Investor Business Daily, and it's great software. I have to admit, it's a little pricey, but I use it, and it's been very good. Very good in my for for my purposes. So really, I use two pieces of software. Primarily, I use MarketSmith, but then I also use Thinkorswim by TD Ameritrade, and I use Thinkorswim primarily for trading options, which I haven't been that active in options in the last few months. I've kind of put that on the back burner in the last few months. All right, everybody. It looks like I need to let's see, invite another host to go live. Okay, well, let's try that right now and see what happens there. Let's see if we can invite somebody out here. I don't know. Wildflower. That's interesting. Okay, well, I don't know about that. I don't know if that would work on a primarily a show, but I will definitely look at doing that in the future. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. If you haven't gotten any of the heat maps, very easy to do. Just wanted to put that back up on the screen for everybody here. The new ready list, and this is the stocks that are getting set up, ready to buy, but we haven't bought them yet, is at this address. So just go to https://sendfox, SENDFOX.com/LP, the number 1JVRP6, and that'll give you access to the ready list as well. Also, of course, we do have the heat map, and that is this address, sendfox.com/LP/M2GPL5. And I know it's kind of thing, but it's a shortened URL address, and it brings you to a place where you can get access to both of these great lists. Okay, well, thank you very much, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow at 5. I need you to do something, obviously, and that is to like the show. We definitely depend on that to get out there to a lot more people. The more it's liked, the more it seems to filter out there to everybody. So please smash that like button. So smash that like button, and so that we can get out there to more people. Also, if you're not already a member of the Action Trailer, it's super easy to do. If you're watching on YouTube, watching on TikTok, just go to my profile and let's see, flip my camera over. Go to the profile on my it says beacons, and just click on that, and you'll be able to get some nice free stuff there on that. So I will be back tomorrow at 5. Everybody, thanks. Get your questions ready, and we'll try to cover as many stocks as we can. So until tomorrow, happy trading.